Guys, we've had a day now to just get over the events of yesterday, and I couldn't even make up for it with the Cowboys beating the Redskins last night. That just sent me to bed battered, yeah, after watching my team Arsenal just die, and after watching my team the Redskins just die. I didn't go to bed very well yesterday, and look, I'm not going to say it is what it is, because these problems have been rearing their head from last season. So what we want to see is an improvement in the team. And I thought about Wenger's reign and all the stuff that was going on with his last season. This team ain't no different. Look, the guy's had over a year. The defense isn't fixed. He let in the same amount of goals as Wenger did. Wenger's team were error prone. They were undisciplined. And that was only because they played a selfless high line. That was really it. Wenger's teams attacked with abandon. There was no defensive discipline in Wenger's teams whatsoever. It was, we're going to come and charge at you, and that's what we're going to do. And the whole world knew what Wenger was going to do. With this guy, he doesn't have Wenger's offensive brain tank. He doesn't have it. But what he kind of does have is some kind of stability. But right now what we're hearing is that the players are starting to not respond to what the coaches are doing in the dressing room, and there's this level of unacceptancy in terms of the tactics and the scheme, and that can only end in tears. That will only end in tears. If your message as a manager or a head coach is not spreading out to the rest of the team and the tactics on the field, then there's a problem. Bottom line is, don't let anybody tell you that you can't criticize your club. If they're not doing what you think they should be doing, which is performing at the level that they should be performing, then you got to say it how it is. And right now, the midfield left the back four so exposed. I cannot believe it. And the thing is, when you think about it, you've got Ceballos, who's a forward-thinking player, Guendouzi, who's a box-to-box player, Xhaka, who is what he is. He doesn't have the range or the pace anyway, so, you know, it's not like he's going to run anything down. He's there solely to create, and he isn't creating right now, so he's a waste of space. And you've got Ozil, who is a creative player. So when you stack, this is what I couldn't understand about the diamond yesterday. When you stack those guys into the system away from home, where a team is charging at you, it doesn't compute. It doesn't make sense. Because what you're getting is those guys who initially are supposed to be backtracking and covering a protection line in front of our back four, that didn't happen. So you just had Watford running through those guys and running at the back four and creating so much havoc that really they were lambs to the slaughter. And we can blame the defensive players as much as we like. It's got to come down to the manager and the tactics, because a manager should not leave his back line that exposed away from home. Yeah? He shouldn't do it. And that's got to be on Emery. And this is what I couldn't understand about the turnout of events. That's what really led to the 31 shots on goal. I have no idea if this comes down to what happened at the end of the Chelsea game in Baku at the end of last season, where Unai Emery just turned his back on the team because they let him down. It was almost in disgust. I don't know whether it stems from that, but it stems from somewhere, and right now this thing isn't working, and unless they get it fixed, it can down spiral. So on a positive note, because the negatives have still got to come, on a positive note, Socrates says he is solely responsible for allowing Watford to come back from 2 goals and earn a draw. And I think that he posted it on his social media, on Twitter, and he was upfront with everybody. He put his hand up and he said, "It's me." Now, we've only ever seen the likes of Bellerin do that before. Mertesacker done it. Men like Xhaka and Mustafi have never done it. Yeah, Xhaka come out with something like, "Yeah, you know, I'm the captain, so I'll try harder next time." And Mustafi came out with, "Oh, well, everybody makes mistakes, so, you know, I'll just have to overcome them." Bro, you're on the bench and you ain't even playing right now, so that's you. Yeah? Now we got to focus on getting Xhaka there. The disappointing thing about this whole experience of us making all of these mistakes, if you take out the goalkeeper, Leno, who has made his fair share of mistakes, if you take him out, all the people that are making the mistakes are the veterans. The Mustafis, the Xhakas, David Luiz, Socrates. It's not the kids that are making these mistakes. And I think I mentioned this previously before. Look, just first thing you need to do, Unai Emery, is root out everybody that's in that setup. I'm not blaming Kolasinac, because Kolasinac had an okay game yesterday, and he actually backtracked and played okay defensively. But you've got a new back four in Holding and Chambers as the centre-backs, and Tierney and Bellerin. That's a new back four. If your current back four isn't listening to what you're telling them to do and are undisciplined, then just bench them all. You're playing cat and mouse on the edge of your penalty area with teams now that are hunting you down because they know that you're stubborn, yeah, and you won't change anything. So they're coming for you. And every week you're going to see the same thing. You're going to be sitting on teams that are going to be like bees attacking honey, coming for that ball, getting played out of the back, and you're going to be the masters of your own destruction. Don't do that. Don't do it. There's not a person there smart enough to stop this right now. So it's got to come from the top. Seriously, it's got to come from the top. Someone has to go in and bring about a sense of discipline and understanding with what's going on. It is ridiculous that we're having to sit down and watch billion-dollar teams with players who are making hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, and they're doing stuff like that. It beggars belief. Anyway, out of 160 games, David Luiz only gave away 3 penalties in 160 games. He's already given away 2. He's already given away 2 this season. I mean, what can you say? Where's your head's gone? You're the experienced player. And at times he has shown experience. But what we've been seeing now in terms of us just giving stuff away, it just cannot happen anymore. Unless you show an iron hand by benching these players. Because this is something that these top managers, Klopp, Pep, they would never stand for this. They wouldn't stand for it. With no abandon. We're just putting them straight on. Here you go, mate. That's your position again. That's it. There's no accountability for the mistakes that these guys are making. And what's happening is they're going on the field and they're making the same mistakes again. So that's on you, Emery. That's on you, bro. We've let in 7 goals in our last 3 games. And you're still going to put the same guys on the field who were... Oh, my word. Listen, this is going to cost you your neck, bro. Yeah? This is going to cost you your neck. Because you're not changing anything. And that tells me your expectations aren't that high. If you're allowing this to happen, then what exactly are your expectations? I'm hearing stuff in the forum like, oh, what did you expect? He was only a UEFA Cup manager. He was only brought in to win the UEFA Cup. And I'm sorry, guys, but you have a right to challenge the manager when he gets things wrong. And submitting 31 shots on goal in 90 minutes. Do you know, that's an average of a shot per every 3 minutes. Imagine that. We've given up a shot once every 3 minutes in that game against Watford. We weren't playing any defence at all. We weren't doing anything to stop Watford. We weren't pressing them. We weren't slowing them. We weren't stopping it. It's pathetic. And, guys like Aubameyang, some of the best strikers in the world, they want to play in the Champions League. And they're not going to do it when they've got these buffoons at the back making these mistakes. You're costing these top players that we have to play in the most prestigious knockout competition in Europe. When you see guys saying, I want to go to this club and I want to go to that club, it's not because they don't like Arsenal. It's because they've got no faith in the manager and the players around them. Anyway, guys, listen, leave it right there. Like and subscribe, and appreciate the love, guys.